Peace and blessings. What's going on, YouTubers, YouTube family? Welcome to another episode of Rockin' with KiMu with yours truly, you're the one and only KiMu JTD. I already know, you might as well do it now. Hit that subscribe button because this is where we come here and we lock in getting the tools, getting the concepts, getting an understanding of what lies deep within us so that way we can unlock our fullest potential and create the life of our dreams. So if that's something that you want to get more into, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and then make sure you go ahead and hit that ding 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 good old bell so you get notified every single time that I drop a new video. What are we going to talk about today, KiMu? We are going to talk about the one thing that plagues so many people. I know it plagued me. Not very long because, you know, my mom just instilled certain characteristics in me that just allowed me to go. But what about those moments where we actually need to go, or even just go and it's hard to get started? What is that called? If you know, you already know. It's called productivity. Why are so many people having a hard time dealing with productivity? Well, first and foremost, I think it's wise for us to understand that we can't always be working at 100%. And I just look at my children, and when you don't want to do something you don't want to do, it's kind of hard to be motivated to go ahead and do it. Like, let's be real. So that's why we're here today, because we want to increase our productivity, not just for the things that we want to do, but also for the things we don't want to do. Tip number 1 is setting a vision and or goal. Now, if you've seen my previous videos, I always talk about setting a vision. Why does KiMu talk about setting a vision? Because visions are much bigger. Think about a vision, the end result of the puzzle. Like, what does the puzzle really look like after everything is said and done? Goals, they could be short term, they could be mid-term, they could be long term. Our long term is not always our vision. It's just goal. It's a milestone for, let's just say, 5 years. I love talking about vision because the vision is really what is at the end of the tunnel. Like, once you get there, what is that thing? What is that life that you're living? Not the thing. What is the life? Because the life is what we want to live, who we want to be when it's all said and done. Like, when you die, what are people saying about you? Who's showing up to the funeral? How many people are showing up to the funeral or celebration of life? That's really what the vision is about. The goals are cool. The goals are going to get us to the vision, but the vision is, to me, much more important. So that's why I focus more on setting a vision. Tip number 2, technique number 2. Now, a lot of people, they really don't be into this one, but me personally, I like to fast. Like, when I need to increase my productivity, for example, when I have deadlines that I need to make, and I need to make sure I'm hyper focused, I'm honed in to whatever it is that I need to get done. Maybe I need to create some content, and I got a lot of content that I need to get done so I can enjoy the rest of my week or enjoy my vacation or whatever the case may be. I make sure I do this one thing, because this one thing provides a whole lot of focus and clarity, and that is called fasting. Fasting has provided me with so much clarity, I kid you not. A lot of people would just be like, yeah, I don't know if I could fast because fasting is just, it requires so much discipline and I can't work through hunger. Well, here's the thing though. While you're fasting and you're in that space of hunger, what's actually ended up happening is your cells are actually cleansing themselves. The same way that you go to the bathroom, your cells is going to the bathroom too. And that allows our brain to have a whole lot more clarity, a different level of focus, so that way we can hone in and get in tune with whatever it is that we need to get accomplished. That's just my little hack that I do in the case that I have something that I'm really dependent on getting done. I fast. Hey, did you hit that subscribe button yet? No? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that good old bell so that way you get notified every single time that I drop a video for you. All right, let's get back to the video. Let's go ahead to tip number 3. Now, some of y'all probably won't agree with this, or you'll be like, yo, KiMu, what you talking about? But tip number 3 is going to be procrastinate. What? Yes, I said procrastinate. Here's the thing, especially when you're doing something you don't want to do, procrastinate. But I'm going to say procrastinate with intention. Procrastinate with the goal of actually getting yourself in momentum to get whatever it is you want to get done. Let's just say, for example, I don't feel like creating a video. I don't feel like editing a video. I don't feel like doing something that is going to help me grow my channel, whether it is creating description, whatever the case may be. I don't feel like doing that stuff at that moment. So guess what I'll do? I'll do something else that I do want to do, but I'll only put a time limit on it. Like, for example, if I want to do something, I'll go ahead and I'll start doing a little 3-dimensional origami. And I'll do that, but I'll only give myself about 5 minutes, because that's just enough time for me to go ahead, do a little bit, and say, all right, time's up. Time to get into what it is that we're here to do, to help our fellow YouTubers, to help our fellow subscribers, because they need this content, KiMu. They need this content. So yes, procrastinate intentionally though. Next, I'm going to say for tip number 4, be intentional. If you've seen previous videos, you know intentions are everything to me. It's very important to be intentional, specifically in the realms of getting things done, because then you can actually sit down and say, hey, KiMu, we're going to write a script for our content today. KiMu, we're going to figure out what keywords we're going to use for next week's video. Whatever it is that you need to get done, write it down. And this is not to say create to-do lists. To me personally, I've used to-do lists. I used to-do lists for years. I used to have on my good old whiteboard everything that I wanted to get accomplished today. And to-do lists can be very defeating, especially when you start to put multiple things on there. What I like to use is I like to do a list of intentions, and nothing more than 5, because let's be real, when we start getting into 7, 8, 9, 10 things that we start to put on our intentions list, and that's the difference between a to-do list and then a list of intentions, is like, in this period of time, my intention is to get these things done. So you're setting in your brain, hey, this is what's going to get done. To-do list is a whole lot different. That's not for this channel. But setting intentions, saying, hey, I'm going to put my focus here. I'm going to put my focus here and make sure that these things get done within this window of my 24-hour day. And we also need to make sure that our intentions are aligned with our vision or our long-term goal, whichever one you prefer to use. Intentionally set that list. I know you signed up for that newsletter, right? If not, go ahead, do that. The link is in the description. Click that link so you can get a newsletter every time I drop one. Look, these newsletters are going to be pivotal in you getting to the next level, getting to your dreams, and making sure that you're unlocking the fullest potential that lies deep within you. After that, I'm going to say, make sure you get an understanding of your daily and weekly cycles. Now, I did not discover this until probably this year, throwing that out there for clear transparency. But what I ended up figuring out is that we all have certain cycles that our body just naturally operates off of. We have daily cycles, we have hourly cycles, we have weekly cycles. I started to realize that during a certain time of the year, Wednesdays is my least energetic day. The day where it's just like, yeah, KiMu, I don't feel like getting anything done today. And I would just fight against my body and be like, yo, nah, we're getting stuff done today. And then when I leave that space, now I'm exhausted. I don't have any energy for my children. I don't have any energy for anything else. Why? Because I was literally fighting myself. I became my own enemy. You don't want to become your own enemy. What is highly recommended is that you work with your body, work with your rhythms. Your body goes through ups and downs every single hour, every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. I'm not saying let's go figure out what our cycles are for the year. If that's where you are, kudos, follow it. Shoot, I'm not even saying let's figure out what's going on with our body every single week and every single month. If you know, kudos. Let's figure out what's going on a daily basis. What times in the day are you most motivated to get things done? For example, me personally, at about 12 o'clock, my energy starts to dip off on any given day. And on my lowest performance days, it looks a little bit different than on my highest performing days. I might be tapped out at 12 o'clock, getting up at 4, and I'm tapped out by 12. Let's figure out, what is your personal cycle? Go ahead and dive deeper into that. Tip number 6 is actually going to be, make sure you create a schedule. I know a lot of times we're just like, well, I don't know what may happen throughout the day. Here's how you create a schedule. You say, okay, what needs to happen? Oh, I go to work between these times. I have family time between these times. Family time is definitely necessary. I go to bed at this time. I wake up at this time. Figure out what are you doing that happens every single day, and then we can continue to operate with that schedule. Once we're operating on that schedule and our brain is like, oh, okay, so this is what we're doing? Cool, I got you. I'm going to set you up for success. Because that's all our brain is really here to do. It's just here to help us with the processes that we have programmed it to align with. Not to do anything different. We control our brain, not the other way around. So go ahead, set you a good old schedule that's going to help you function in the most optimal way possible. Tip number 7, which is making sure we get some sleep. Like, I've realized I fall victim to this also. When we are not aligned, this goes back to the previous tip, which is our cycles and setting schedules. When we are not aligned with our schedule and going to sleep, making sure we're getting adequate amounts of rest, it throws us off. It causes us to do things that we wouldn't normally do when we're operating optimally or at our highest performance. Like, for example, if I don't get enough sleep the day before, I might start eating a little bit earlier than I normally would. Like, for me, I typically will have breakfast maybe like somewhere between 10 and 12. But maybe on another day, especially like my lowest performance day, when I don't really feel like getting anything done, emotions start to kick in. I ain't get enough sleep. And now I'm just starting my day differently than I would on any other given day. But if I had the sleep that I needed, it'd be a different story. I'd be on my stuff, on my P's and Q's, making sure that I am laser focused, I'm intentional. Everything that I'm doing is moving me closer and closer towards my goals, towards my vision. It's just a matter of making sure that we are aligning ourselves and setting ourselves up for success for the next day. Yes, we only have now, but as I've always said and as I've always believed, is I'd rather prepare myself for tomorrow so that way tomorrow is easier. Because once tomorrow is here and I did not prepare, it's going to be a whole lot tougher than if I prepared myself to be successful. I didn't set myself up for success. How many times have you actually been in a